Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's likely to talk big about his ambitions, but truly making steady progress in his career may not come easily to him. He pours a lot of raw energy into his work and is not afraid to speak up or push ahead, which can open some doors. If things don't go his way, expect loud arguments instead of calm problem solving.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is more likely to blow up than to calmly bounce back. He reacts quickly and can't easily hide his anger or frustration, so outbursts or harsh words might be common. He isn't the type to withdraw or sulk. Instead, he confronts problems head on, sometimes too forcefully.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He is likely known for working hard, but he probably doesn't make many true friends at work. His strong personality and habit of insisting he's right often lead to arguments or tensions with others. He might get polite smiles, but folks may try to avoid getting too close or teaming up with him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he is more likely to feel challenged or even upset rather than proud. He often wants things to go his way and to feel in control. So, your success might make him feel like he's losing that position. Be ready for some storms if you rise higher than him. His support will likely be limited.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he is likely to feel hurt and may secretly resent you. He won't keep quiet about his feelings. Instead, he might make sarcastic comments or pick fights over small things. Instead of supporting you, he may try to pull you down or remind you that he's still the man of the house.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to be careless with money and spends quickly, often without much planning or thought about the future. When he wants something, he'll go for it right away instead of waiting or saving up. If you want financial stability, be prepared to manage most of it yourself.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is more likely to act like he's richer than he really is, wanting people to see him as successful and important. He enjoys showing off and does not worry much about sticking to a budget. If someone points out the truth, He could get defensive or angry.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He may appear open handed when he wants to impress or get his way, spending on big gestures or flashy gifts. But don't mistake this for true kindness. He's not generous in a caring, thoughtful sense. He's more focused on making a statement than truly helping or supporting others.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be secretive and even a bit controlling when it comes to money. Instead of talking things over calmly, he might hide what he spends or leave you out of important decisions. If you ask questions, he could become defensive or angry, making you feel like you're meddling.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework is mainly your job, not something to be shared. Even if you have your own career or are tired, he may expect you to handle most chores without much help from him. This approach can make things feel unfair and leave you carrying most of the load.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is much more likely to supervise than to actually help with chores or diapers. He might stand nearby, give instructions, or point out what you missed, but he rarely gets his own hands dirty. If he does pitch in, it could come with complaints or a sense that he's doing you a big favor.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is much more likely to argue just to prove he's right than to truly understand your side. When you share your feelings or opinions, he listens mainly to find a way to defend himself or point out what he thinks you did wrong. If you are hoping for understanding and support, you might often feel lonely and exhausted with him.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he gets angry, he often loses control and may say very hurtful things or act aggressive. Respect sometimes goes out the window, and you might find him shouting, using harsh words, or even slamming things around the house. This kind of behavior can be scary and leave you feeling unsafe or deeply hurt.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he is the type who can get angry very quickly, even over small things. His temper flares fast and he doesn't think twice before reacting strongly. This isn't just a small flaw, it's a big warning sign.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He rarely says sorry or takes real responsibility for his actions. When something goes wrong, he's more likely to blame you or make excuses rather than admit his mistakes. Even if he knows he's wrong, getting a genuine apology from him will be very hard.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may not fully respect your boundaries, especially if something doesn't go his way. If you say no, he might push back, argue, or pressure you to change your mind rather than simply accepting it. Sometimes he could make you feel guilty or act stubborn until he gets what he wants.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding, he might get upset or act offended, making comments that guilt trip you or pressure you to give in. This reaction can make you feel uneasy or stressed, as if your wishes don't matter.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Unfortunately, you may not be able to fully trust him with your private moments. If he gets upset or wants to win an argument, he might bring up things you shared in confidence just to hurt or embarrass you. This can make you feel anxious or unsafe about opening up to him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be easily distracted by other women and may not remain faithful. His way of seeking excitement and attention can lead him to flirt or even cross lines, especially when things feel routine at home. This can leave you feeling unsure or constantly worried about where you stand.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is very likely to be over possessive, showing strong jealousy and a need to control you. He may question where you go, who you talk to, or even what you wear, acting suspicious for no good reason. This kind of behavior can make you feel trapped, anxious, and constantly watched.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what might look like being protective is almost always a sign of a controlling personality. He may say it's for your own good, but in truth, it's about making sure things go his way and keeping you under his thumb. If you feel like you're losing your freedom instead of gaining safety, this is not a healthy kind of care.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the parenting work. He might say he cares about the children, but when it comes to everyday tasks or emotional support, he'll leave it on your shoulders. He's more about giving orders or overseeing than pitching in side by side.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. Small mistakes or mischief can set him off, leading to raised voices or harsh words. This can leave the kids scared or anxious, and they may stop coming to him for help or comfort.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to truly support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he may say he cares about the family, he often wants things done his way and may not respect your choices, dreams, or independence. If you wish for a partner who celebrates all parts of who you are, he may fall short and make you feel small.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career at first, but later expect you to give it up once a child comes along. He may agree with your ambitions now, but his true feelings often come out when the family grows. If you try to keep working, expect complaints, pressure, or even angry outbursts instead of real encouragement.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will most likely act polite on the surface, but real warmth towards your parents might be missing. He can show good manners and say the right things when needed, but don't expect genuine care, patience, or friendly conversations. His behavior may seem proper in front of others, but once alone, he could be cold, dismissive, or simply uninterested. He's much more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than adjusting himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is much more likely to make things worse than to handle it calmly. He reacts quickly and strongly, often with loud words or arguments instead of quiet patience. Small issues can turn into big fights, leaving everyone feeling upset.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may act modern with you in private, but expect you to behave like a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. At home, he might give you some freedom or talk about equality, but when guests or family visit, he could suddenly want you to dress, speak, and act in ways that fit his idea of a perfect daughter in law. This pressure can feel confusing and unfair, especially if he doesn't support you when relatives judge or correct you.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his family, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with them rather than support you. He may avoid taking your side to keep peace, or he could openly agree with his family's views, leaving you feeling unsupported and alone. Instead of stepping in, he might expect you to quietly adjust or solve everything yourself, no matter how unfair the situation feels.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He has strong signs of being a mummy's boy, which means his mother's opinion will almost always matter more to him than yours. If there's ever a conflict between you and his mother, he's very likely to pick her side or refuse to upset her, even if you're right. This can leave you feeling lonely, misunderstood, and second place in your own marriage.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is the kind of man who is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. Instead of keeping problems between the two of you, He may run to them for advice, sympathy, or support, even over small disagreements. This habit can break your trust and make you feel exposed or not truly valued as his partner.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel like walking on eggshells. You may find yourself always trying to avoid his quick temper or harsh words, never sure what small thing could set him off.